What are we live now? We're live? Okay, so we've been away for 4 weeks, just a little bit out of practice. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mantova in Italy. It's round 4 of the FIA Motocross World Championship, the Monster Energy MXGP of Lombardia. And welcome to our live studio show on MXGPTV.com. And our first guest is in, Thomas Kjær-Olsen, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing. Of course, I'm Paul Malin, Lisa Leyland is with me. And we have a new desk. We have new lights.
It's so shiny.
And we're ready to go again. 6 races in the next 7 weeks coming up on MXGP TV. And, of course, we'll be at every single one of them. Our guest today, we've got Thomas Olsen, of course. He's here. Ivo Monticelli is waiting just outside, and Marnicq Bervoets, team manager for Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha. And we've also got a fantastic Aero helmet prize giveaway as well. So stay tuned for that. But, Lisa, here we are, back after 4 weeks.
I know.
What did you get up to in the off-season?
Oh, just, you know. Do you have a good Christmas?
I had a great Christmas.
No, it's gone quite quickly, hasn't it? I kept myself busy, stayed out of trouble, but I've been itching to come back.
Bought a new house?
Yeah, bought a new house. It's all good. Have to grow up sooner or later, really, don't you?
Well, you do, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, somebody who is growing up, because he's started to get tattoos, is our championship leader in MX2, Thomas Olsen. Welcome to our studio show here, Thomas. First of all, I guess, championship leader since round 2. How are you feeling coming into this one? Did you enjoy the break, first of all? Did you get any time off?
Yeah, I did enjoy the break. I took some time off right after Italy because we had such a long break that it was just kind of, if I needed to have a break, that was kind of where it was. I know it's still kind of early in the season, but yeah, I took a little bit of time off the bike and started riding and practicing again. And I nearly felt like it was a small off season. Like we got to even train hard in between. Like we normally don't get to do so much because the races is right after each other. But we got to do some good improvements, even test a little bit on the bike. So yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Well, now we've got a busy few weeks coming up. As I said a moment ago, 6 races in 7 weeks. Are you looking forward to it? What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a couple of good tracks that I really like. So even here, like I'm looking forward to it. I was here racing in 2016, and it's a track that suits me pretty well. And it's a little bit colder than 2016, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to Matterley. It was pretty much the perfect weekend for you, wasn't it? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it pretty much was. Like I won the 2000. Sorry, I was getting confused.
European Championship.
Yeah. No, I won the qualifying moto and both motos, so that was really like a really good weekend for me. And I felt really good all weekend. That track is so nice with big jumps and everything. So it's not often that you ride on a track with that big jump. So you kind of like nearly enjoy that too, even though it sounds weird because we're riding so much, but it is kind of different. And I really enjoy the ruts and hills and everything. So yeah, everything just came together for me that weekend. Yeah,
and of course you came away with the red plate as well. But with the red plate, does that bring extra pressure? Is there added weight when you have that red plate on your bike?
I mean, guess it always does give a little bit of pressure, but it's so early in the season, so I just have to focus on each race and concentrate on like doing my best and really like riding my best. I feel like I'm riding good, so it's too early to really have too much pressure, but I feel good wearing it and having it on my bike. It's nice to see.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not the first time you've had the red plate, is it? So obviously winning the European Championship a couple of years ago. But we went from there, we went to Valkenswaard, 3-2, second overall. That was okay, but Trentino looked like you made it difficult. That was a tough one. There was 1 or 2 little mistakes in there.
Yeah, there was a couple of mistakes in Arco. I was having a little bit of a tough time with the track, and it's kind of a tight one. But I felt like I got the best out of it. Like with the mistakes that I made, I still was trying to fight back and stuff like that. So
there was one here in this bottom right, which
I just kind of lost the front wheel a little bit, and then that just made me kind of tight for the whole moto, but I was happy that I was able to keep battling even with those mistakes that set me a little bit back again. I kept moving forward after that. So I was thinking after the race, like that could have gone a lot worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I suppose it did look worse than it was because you didn't make the podium. But you did tie on points for 4th, so it wasn't all that bad, was it?
No, yeah, I was kind of disappointed after the second moto. I let that one go on the last lap. So it would have been so nice for me to come away with a podium on a tough weekend like that. But, yeah, I let it slip on the last lap, and I was really bummed about that.
Yeah, and I mean, how difficult was the track that day? Because it looked quite rutty. There was a lot of rain leading into it. They had to do a lot of work Saturday morning to clear a lot of mud. And the ground there naturally is quite rocky as well, isn't it? So was it more difficult than usual in Trentino?
Yeah, I would say so because, yeah, like you said, there had been a lot of rain also, so it's kind of spongy underneath, so it would kind of like catch your front wheel also going down those steep hills and stuff. So, yeah, it's just... I do have some trouble sometimes on those really tight tracks like that, but I felt like we made some good adjustments through the weekend, and we really found out some stuff to work on, like doing this break that we have now that we can try to do better. So all in all, it was a good learning weekend for me. Like, not everything went to plan, and that's where you can try and learn from it and really move on.
Good.
Absolutely. Well, we have a question on social media for you.
Serious
this one's from Rogapic. Hope I pronounced that right. Do you like pulse? Pulse.
What is pulse? What is pulse? Is it?
I think...
Pulse.
To be honest with you, I saw that one yesterday on your Instagram, but I think it's like sausage.
Yeah. You don't have that. Is it like a Danish?
Do you like sausage? Do you like it?
Yeah.
But pulse.
That's a weird question. I don't know if I even want to answer it.
No. I think
you do know what it is though, and it's a Danish food, isn't it?
Yeah.
But his diet, I think, is a little more refined these days. Just briefly, the track here, Mantover, I know you said it's like one of your preferred tracks, one of your favorite tracks. Have you had a chance to look around yet? Because, again, we had rain here on Wednesday, a lot of rain. And the track looks like it's a little bit mixed at the moment in terms of condition. I mean, in very good condition, but can look deceptive in some places.
Yeah, I had a look around it yesterday, and the layout looks really nice. I enjoy those two berms, like where you're going up the hill and down again. That makes for some great racing, I think. Like there's going to be some huge braking bumps going down the hills and stuff like that. So I think it'll make for great racing. And like the dirt, when it got some rain during the week, often like the dirt gets really good and not too dusty or anything like that. So I think it should be for some great racing if the weather holds up like this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, TKO, Thomas Gerolsen. Good luck this weekend. You still have the Championship Leaders Red Plate. Hopefully you can extend that advantage over Jorge Prado here in Mantover. Our next guest is in position, Ivo Monticelli from Standing Construct KTM. We'll talk to him in a moment. But before we do, let's catch up with some highlights from MX2 Race 2 Trentino about, well, I don't know, last Christmas. Check it out. MX2 Race 2, and once again, Jorge Prado was quickest to react. Behind him, though, there was carnage as riders fell on the way into turn 1. Darian Tonight, one of those to go down. Zach Pichon, another rider, but it was the two KTMs of Prado and Vial who led the way. The 29 of Jacobi was just behind them in third. By now, the circuit conditions rugged, and the 225 of Brian Moreau was the first to get caught out. He would not score in race 2. Henry Jacobi, number 29, was in no mood for hanging around, and nor too was Jago Kietz. But the German crashed at the bottom of the hill, handing a free pass to Jago Kietz, who then moved into third. And just like race 1, the Belgian went after number 28, Vial. But this time he was joined by the quicker starting number 19, Thomas Olsen. Kietz made his move early and was into second, and he was quickly followed through by the 19 of Olsen, who was finding it difficult to stay with the Yamaha rider. Just behind them, the 919 of Ben Watson was also on the charge. He made this pass on the 28 to move himself into fourth. But Vial responded immediately and pushed the Brit wide towards the end of the lap to hold on to that fourth place. Watson had to do it all again. He made his move at the top of one of the hills with a handful of laps to go. And Henry Jacobi picked himself up and went after the Brit. Both riders found their way past the Frenchman.
Olsen. His championship lead was shrinking with Prado at the top of the field. Was nervous, and he needed to be, because on the final lap, Watson made a move around the outside. The pass for third was completed as they hit one of the crests on the far side of the circuit. Watson was now third behind his teammate, Jago Kietz, who rode a fantastic weekend to come home second in both races, but no one was a match for Jorge Prado, the Red Bull KTM rider, taking the checkered flag. 2 wins out of 2. And the Spaniard picking up his third win in Trentino. Jago Kietz was second, Watson was third. The overall was Prado, Kietz and Vial. Vial on the podium after that pass from Watson on Olsen. Olsen still leads the championship, but Prado now up to second. That gap just 20 points now between first and second. 2 podiums for the year for the young Tom Vial. Back-to-back podiums for Jago Kietz. But this guy here, Jorge Prado, is closing in fast on Thomas Kjær Olsen as they fight for the red plate.
Welcome back to our live studio show, everybody, on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. Our second guest now joins us, Ivo Monticelli from Standing Construct KTM. And Ivo, welcome to our studio show. The first time for you, I believe. Are you nervous, excited?
Yeah, both. I'm exciting. It's my first time, so and there is too many cameras for me, so I'm also a little bit nervous.
Oh, sure. She's used to the cameras, model pose and everything. But it's your rookie season in MXGP. It looks like you're really enjoying the racing on the 450 KTM.
Yeah, I feel really good with this new bike KTM. The team is amazing. I really like the team. They give me the 100%, so it's more easy to give 100% when you have 100%. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
You've always worked hard and trained hard in MX2, but do you think the step up to MXGP is better for you? Perhaps the bike with more power is better for you? Does it work for you? But you've got to kill it.
Yeah, for sure. I prefer 450. Also for my riding style is better because I born in a really hard track. It's like rock, the ground close to my house. So you need to be really smooth when you ride or not aggressive. So this is why I also prefer the 450, and I feel really good. So.
And of course, your starts as well have been on point. You must be pleased with those. Have they made a difference to you? Have they given you perhaps more confidence coming into race weekends?
Yeah, in MXGP, I think it's really important to start good because there is many good riders. It's like the top 20 riders can do every time top 10 or top 5. So you need to have a good start, and you take the speed with this guy is really important for me. So I'll try to do every time good start, also today and tomorrow, because I have to stay with the front guy to take the speed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, look, more from Ivo Monticelli in just a moment. How about that competition we were talking about a little earlier? Well, the moment has arrived. How would you like to get your hands on an Iro helmet? This weekend at the Monster Energy MXGP of Lombardia, MXGP and Iro have teamed up to give one lucky fan the chance to win a brand new Iro Aviator 2.3 AMS2 Fame Orange Gloss helmet, a download code for MXGP Pro, the official motocross video game, and a free season package subscription to MXGPTV.com. All you need to do is answer this question: what does AMS2 mean? If you answer correctly, you'll be entered into the draw. It's that easy. The contest is open till Wednesday next week, the 15th, so don't miss out. Enter now. Go to mxgp.com and search our news sections or our social media channels for this image. Good luck, everybody.
It's a great prize there
as well. It is, fantastic prize.
Okay, back to Ivo. Ivo, round 5, we're back in Italy, but last round 4, we're in Trentino as well. Fantastic weekend for you, where you actually got your best ever finish in any class, 5th overall, with a 5th and a 6th place. Just tell us about that. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was an amazing day for me, also amazing weekend, because I didn't do many mistakes. The track was really difficult and slippery, so I'm really happy about this. Yeah, I do 4 in the qualifying race and 5 and 6 on the moto. So I'm really happy. The speed was there, so feel good all the weekend, and was amazing for me. Also for the fans, many people come. It's amazing
to support.
It's good.
Yeah, I was going to say the reaction from the fans must have made a massive difference for you. And of course, another home GP for you this weekend. What can we expect from you?
Now all my friends coming for this weekend, because last race I made a really good race, so they believe in me. They come to support me. So I'm also a little bit more nervous than the last race, but you know, it's normal. It's your home GP, my home GP, and I try to do my best every time. It's not gonna be easy, but I'll try to do my job.
Yeah.
Do you think that because Trentino was so good for you, the fans now are coming to expect more from you because you're making good starts, you have good speed, good fitness, 5th overall in Trentino? You feel a little more pressure maybe, or is Italy home and you feel relaxed here?
You know, sometimes the fans go over. They say, hey, next race podium, but I don't care. I feel good now. I feel good with my mind, with my body. I don't try to do podium. I don't try to do top 5. I just do my best. If I finish top 10, I'm also really happy. If I finish 15, good. I just want to try to finish all the moto, don't make mistake, and have good start. And for sure, if I do this, it's going to be a good race for me. So.
In the beginning of this interview, you said the team is fantastic. They give you 100%, so you can give 100%. How are your teammates, Max, Anstey, and Glenn? You have a good relationship with them? Because now you spend more time in Belgium and Holland training in the sand. Yeah.
I stay a lot of time in Belgium this winter, and I train a lot with Max this winter because Glenn is out. But I have good feeling with both guys. He's a really good guy. And, you know, it's nice when I can train together with this guy because he's faster than me, normally in the sand. And I'll try to stay behind, and it's really good training for me. And also they like to train with me because every time they have other rider close to train, so it's good for both. But I feel good with the teammates, and the team is nice. They give 100%, and we work hard. We test a lot of things every week, so we improve, and for sure it's good.
All right, and what about the track here? One of your favorite tracks?
No, one of my favorite track, but I like this track. I like this type of ground now. Like I say, I stay a lot of time in Belgium, so I like now also sand, and I feel really good with this ground. Yeah. So it's going to be a good race for me.
All right, and finally, how is the nose now? Because you posted on social media some, I don't know, twisted
Yeah,
nose.
I was in Lommel in training and just crashed in one corner, not really fast, but I crashed with my face, I broke the helmet, and my nose is on my left side. So
it's an improvement. It's an improvement.
Yeah, it's straight again, and the girl likes, so it's nice.
Oh, okay.
Please already say.
I've already complimented him on his nose. It looks great. It looks great.
It's like, okay, girls like scars, you know, and they like...
wonky noses.
Yeah,
the only thing is he snores now, he said.
No. It looks like he plays rugby. He's a big, strong man.
Rugby guy. I'm strong.
Yeah.
Also, the eyes is a little bit black. They think I'm boxer.
Yeah.
They like.
All right. Well, look, Ivo, thanks for joining us. First time on the studio show this weekend. But our final guest, Marnicq Bervoets, is in the house, so we'll talk to him in a moment. But before that, let's look at the highlights from Trentino. MXGP Race 2 coming up next.
MXGP Race 2 on board with Gauthier Paulin as Tim Geiser swept across for his first foxhole shot of the year. Tony Cairoli ran up the inside of the Frenchman to take second. Paulin was right there in third with his teammate Arnaud Tonus just behind him in fourth. Tommy Searle was in fifth in the early stage of the race. On the opening lap, Geiser tried to make a break for it. Ivo Monticelli went down the inside of Tommy Searle to move up into sixth place. Behind Cairoli, the two Yamahas of Paulin and Tonus gave chase. And Steve made a fantastic start, but just like race 1, it would not last long. The Brit was in for a wheel change, and that cost him any chance of points in race 2. Meanwhile, the battle was back on between Geiser and Cairoli. This time it was Geiser's chase to be hunted down by the 222. Cairoli would get close. Geiser would pull clear, but eventually Cairoli found an opportunity to go after the Honda rider. And at the first opportunity, the Italian struck. Lap 9, Cairoli was the new race leader. But for how much longer? Fans on both sides were cheering either for the 222 or the 243. A waved yellow halted Cairoli's progress. Geiser got onto the rear wheel. And that was the break that Geiser needed. He charged his way up the inside of Cairoli. 2 corners later, the Italian tried to respond. All doors were shut. Cairoli was resurgent once again. A few warning signs, though, started to creep into the Italian's game. But he continued. He was relentless. And once again, he made the move for the lead in exactly the same position, but he had to wait till the end of the straight to make it stick. 3 corners later, a series of mistakes saw Cairoli off the side of the bike right in front of the Slovenian fans. And as he tried to push a little too hard, he went down, handing Geiser a clear run towards the finish line. The Italian picked himself up. He was in second. Gauthier Paulin came home third, with Tonus 4th and Jessiconis 5th. But what a day, what a result for Tim Geiser, picking up his first win since Sweden 2017, his first double since Mexico earlier on in that season. Tim Geiser picking up maximum points here in the back garden of Tony Cairoli. Cairoli now leads the championship by 16 points. Paulin is third, 33 behind. The Frenchman back on the podium for the second time this season. But Tim Geiser, what a performance from the Honda rider here in Italy. Tony Cairoli will lick his wounds, and he'll look forward to coming back for the Monster Energy MXGP of Lombardia at Mantova, round 5.
Welcome back to our studio show, part 3 now on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Maynard, and Lisa Leyland. Marnicq Bervoets, team manager from Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha, joins us now. As always, Marnicq, welcome to our studio show.
Nice to be here again.
You look like you've been laying on the beach the last 4 months. That suntan is amazing.
Yeah, it looks like that, but we were preparing everything for the next GPs because it's now they're coming in a row, you know, 3 in a row, Russia, Kegums, Germany. Yeah. It's coming fast now.
But seriously though, the last 4 weeks, what have you been doing? Did you take any time off at all? Has it been racing? Has it been testing? Has it been business as usual for you guys?
Business as usual, but I was a little bit unhappy that we had a break because the riders were doing really, really good in the second heat in Arco. Yeah. So normally if you have that rhythm and then condition, you should want the next races. So that was a little bit disappointed, but we will see now. It's a long way. I see good things on training. I see good things in the Dutch Championship last weekend, so I'm pumped.
Good.
Well, you have 2 riders this year. In MX2, you have Jago Hitz and Ben Watson. Mm-hmm. How is it going? How's it going so far? Let's start with Jago.
Well, Jago he makes a big improvement this year. Huh? I mean, you saw it already in I think England, the second heat, 15 minutes before he crashed. I saw a Jago that I never saw before, and he was really fast. Okay, he crashed 2 times, but you see that the rhythm is there, that the lines he's taking is there. And then Volkswagen and Arco, he proved that he can be in front and he can even win a GP in the future, I think.
Mm.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned Arco. Last year he was in the podium in Latvia in the sand, but in Trentino we saw him make the podium again. Was that a surprise for you because it was on hardpack?
It was not a surprise, but you need to be there, you know, because most of the time if you're Dutch or Belgian rider, they think they is good in sand and not in hardpack. So this was really good for him and his confidence. Also for the team that we can win everywhere if he's possible. And he is still young, and I see a lot of potential in him.
Well, obviously he left school last year. Do you think that seems to have made a difference? The fact now that he can ride and train and be a pro racer, he's on the same level now as everybody else. He has the same advantage.
I think it's a part of that also, that he is more be professional in the sport, more thinking, but also he's a slow. Even my career was a little bit the same. I started slowly and step by step, and it looks like that he's doing the same as my career. I hope he's doing one step better than me.
Well, his dad was your mechanic.
Yes, yeah, but he knows what he's doing, and he's doing it step by step. But the last month, he's doing a big step and also attacking, more aggressive than before.
And what about Ben? Every race this year, he's finished inside the top 10, and then so already from that side, he's been more consistent than he was last year.
Yes, Ben is. I was really happy with the second heat in Arco, because you feel and I saw that he has a doubt about the bike and race performance, and Jago was doing then really, really good. And I think he should take positive that the rider next to him is really, really good. He's younger, and then try to beat him in the races. But in Arco, the second heat, I was very happy for him that he did a really, really race there, because he had not a good start and he came from far, and he believed in himself and he attacked everywhere. And then you see also with Olsen the last lap. Yeah. That's what the Ben I want to see.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned this, the last lap, passing Olsen for third. How important was that final lap?
I think it's really important for a rider that you believe in yourself and that you're doing a good job in the winter time, that you know that you did everything perfect, and with Jackie's training with Jackie Vimont, and that the condition, what they're doing, that's the way that they have to continue.
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking at these clips as we prepared them for the studio show, going into the final lap, he was 2 seconds behind, and he pulled that back on the last lap. So, like you say, from a psychological point of view, that is massive, because he was battling Olsen for third in the championship last year, and it's almost like, is he going to make that step now? You know, where he believes, okay,
yes,
hard pack, I did all the hard work. Maybe from now we'll see another Ben Watson.
For me, my experience is also when you have a really good year the year before, that you want to have more. And some riders has problems in the beginning of the season, like Ben, he wanted to go top 3 or winning a GP. And maybe the pressure was too high for him. Now he knows that he has to ride for the 4th, 5th place. And now I think the pressure is a little bit more away, so he can go up again.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, Marnicq, we have some questions on social media for you. The first one's from the Kick Spot. How do you become the best rider you can be?
Oh, it's so many things. My son is now also riding. He's just 10 years old, and he has talent, and I learn him many things. But the first thing is the talent. You have to feel the bike. You have to feel the track, and then it's when they are older, 15, they really want it or not? Is it really that way they have to go? They want to go 100% for this sport, or they want to go sometimes out with friends or a girlfriend or whatever. It's so many things together. But I believe if you have a little bit of talent and working really hard, and you have a good structure around you, you can go far.
Okay, hopefully that's answered your question. Another question. Did you ever think when Josh Coppins arrived in Europe, he'd be successful?
No.
Be honest.
Really honest.
This question is from Josh Coppins.
Yes. Yes. I remember that he came to Suzuki, and I had a lot of respect for Joshua. He came from New Zealand, New Zealand, coming there, and his style was not so perfect, and but he was a fighter. And I remember so good, we were together mountain biking, and I was really strong in mountain biking, and it was like 50 Ks we're doing, and I have to wait if we go a little bit uphill, I have to wait for him. And after 2 hours, I said, Joshua, you're okay. I'm still okay. So it means something, you know, that he never will give up, and never give up, and he will fight till the end. And he's less talent as a rider, but you have a talent, but he was a fighter, working hard and professional on that way. And that's why he came so far. But when he came to Belgium, I never thought he's going to be top 5. Never.
No.
Never.
Well, look.
Thank you, Joshua.
Anyway, Josh, I hope that answered your question. Look, we're out of time here today, but thanks for joining us on MXGPTV.com. Lisa, thank you as always. Marnicq and other guests as well, Ivo Monticelli, and of course Thomas Kjær Olsen. We'll be back next week. Where are we? Portugal?
Portugal.
MXGP of Portugal in Águeda. So thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.